Alrighties, thanks for coming by. This is day 5. I think, yes, day 5 of the playthrough, and this is the day 5 review of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu version. If you're watching on YouTube, click like, leave a comment, subscribe. If you're watching on Twitch, leave a comment. If you want to see it live, come by Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays when I play it live and when we record this review live. So if you're watching this review, there's also a Let's Play. I'll have playlists for every game that I played through on YouTube and on Twitch. So if you want to see those, feel free to check out either the playlist or any of the video sections. Everything will be there. So to start off day 5, I am flabbergastedly frustrated by this game today. We did get up to pretty much like the final portion of it here, but on the journey here, I had a chance to catch a Moltres. So I think the best thing I could do is just show you, I could just show you a little clip of the stream here, and the journey of trying to catch the Moltres here. Let's basically to explain a little bit first, I went through about 50 Ultra Balls. I went through almost all of my Great Balls, which was, I think, also like 40 in the 40s. And I was going through regular balls. I went through all of my berries. I went through everything. I'm using the motion sensors, as you can see here. And I will say, the game company that's making this game, you suck at motion sensor. You are the worst motion sensor game company that I have ever seen. And these are all the games I've played on the Switch. These have been so unbelievably fine-tuned. I've played so many games where the motion sensor, I mean, Splatoon 2, you know, Breath of the Wild, there's so many games where the motion controls are just unbelievable, and that really, for me, brings the game up to another level of fun, you know. But this game, a major portion of the game is the catching of the Pokemon, and you have absolutely ruined that in the fact that the motion controls on this are more so random RNG than it is anything to do with motion controls. When you could go left and the ball goes right, when you could swing as hard as you want and the ball goes low, there's no correlation to what you're doing and what the ball's doing. Granted, when you do get like a perfectly straight swing, you know, it will often go straight. But there's very little controlling of how high or low. You gotta work on that. This is a $60 game. And that makes me think that if I spent $40 on a Pokeball to use with this, and if the motion controls in that were just as bad, I have to imagine they are. I have to imagine using the same motion sensors that are in here in the Pokeball and charging $40 for it, I would have been infuriated. I'm going to give you a few weeks to fix that, because there's no way that the bad motion controls was something you did not notice. I absolutely have no belief that you did not experience the bad motion controls. So for the fact that you release the game with it, you have a month to fix it. You better fix it, because $60, and it's one of the mass majority actions you do in the game. You either are catching Pokemon or fighting them. That's the only two things you're doing in this freaking game. And catching the Pokemon is the main way of leveling up Pokemon after you fought everyone around in the early parts of the game, at least. I hear that there are, like, master Pokemon people you fight after, but I haven't gotten there yet, so I can't say for sure. But, you know, it's going to be one of the main ways to level your Pokemon. So, you gotta fix it. I was able to play last week, like I had mentioned, without the motion controls. And basically without the motion controls, so you're just playing with it on the Switch normally. And what happens is, this Pokemon pops up, and you use the camera to aim, yeah, you know. So you get used to kind of the aiming, but you're just hitting the button and the ball goes kind of with where you aim. It gives you no reticle to tell you kind of where you're aiming or whatnot. No assistance whatsoever, which kind of BS, but you can get pretty good at using that, and it's so much easier to catch Pokemon. Like, it is night and day. And weirdly, I was catching Pokemon without getting excellence or anything, without having to use berries. It just seemed like somehow just the catching of the Pokemon seemed to be crazily easier that way. So I feel that you broke something in the game when it comes down to motion controls. For it to take me, we're talking over 100 of Pokeballs. 100 Pokeballs. Most of them being Ultra Balls. Every single time using some type of a berry to try and catch this Pokemon. To the point where I didn't know I could do this and call in assistance. But to the point where I did. I had to call in assistance. And I was just going ham. At this point, there was no aim. There was no trying to, do it the right way. It was just, at this point, just throw the dang Pokeballs. Just throw them. And hopefully maybe I can catch it. Hopefully. Crossing fingers. Ludicrous. There I have 23 left of my Great Balls there. By the end of it.
It still gets out.
Yeah. See, I'm getting excellent throws. Here I got 14 balls left of Great Balls. And I'm using regular balls as well. Getting great throws, excellent throws, none of it counting. We're talking hundreds of Pokeballs.
Wow.
How? And then finally on a great, after getting excellence and everything, finally on a great, catching the Pokemon. Finally. How? After using Ultra Balls and getting excellence, using good throws, and, doesn't matter. There's something wrong there. It should not be complete RNG of if you're going to catch it or not. With seemingly no tie-in to, what ball you're using or anything. I fear using the Master Ball. Because I feel like it'll have RNG and I won't catch what I need to catch. Because it seems so damn broken. And I definitely wouldn't want to even think about utilizing motion controls when it's the time to use that ball. But you give me also no way of shutting off the motion controls and switching over to the other way of utilizing it. And you give no support to the Pro Controller in this game. So, is your game worth $60? That's what we have to cover next. Is your game worth $60? Now, after everything I've experienced with the motion controls, with the catching of the Pokemon, with there being no tie-ins between different types of Pokeballs, and seemingly no tie-in with the type of berries you use when you're catching the Pokemon without getting it in the circle, really, not getting a great, or an excellent, utilizing a regular Pokeball. There was once I used a regular Pokeball instead of an Ultra Ball, and I caught it, an orange circle Pokemon. Not good, not nice, not excellent throwing, just kind of, circle was small, I shot it in between the small circle and then the white-gray circle, and it counted, and it caught it. There's no tie-in, no difference between any of it. So, taking all of that in, your game is not worth $60 at all. It's worth $60 with that Pokeball. With it like that. If half of the game is catching Pokemon, and the main way of catching Pokemon does not work correctly, you are charging too much money for the game. So, after all that being said, this is the Day 5 review of the game. Aside from the catching of the Pokemon, I love Pokemon games. It's such a killer and such a shame, that it just ruins the experience completely when you could go through over 100 Pokeballs, almost all of your berries, to try and catch one Pokemon. And apparently a Pokemon that will stay there that long. you're guaranteed to catch it. So what the heck is the point of making it so hard to catch it if it's going to stay there until you catch it? What is the point? You rushed this game. You didn't fine-tune it. You didn't fine-tune it at all. At all. The menus, the text, the RNG of the text. You know, when you're doing a fight and you kill a Pokemon in one shot, it does not need to tell you every time your party Pokemon in your group also got XP. I think after the first time you say it, it should just be assumed. Is there a way to shut it off? I don't think so. So why the fuck does a guy say it every single time? Then because, oh, the Pokemon fainted. Did I not get that from seeing it faint? From seeing its health go down to the bottom? If I put a leech seed on a Pokemon, okay, so you've told me I put a leech seed on it, and then the game kind of pauses a moment, and then the animation happens, and then the game tells me that I got the health from the other Pokemon, and then the animation plays of my health going up after the animation of their health has gone down. Like, every single damn step makes it feel like torture. And then you make catching a Pokemon hard. You know, not hard, just broken. I think hard's not a good term for it. Just broken. Just broken. You did not finish this game. This was a cash grab. You know, you want to link it to Pokemon Go. You knew all the Pokemon fans would really want a Pokemon game. And the main parts of it you didn't finish up. So finish it the fuck up. Let's do it. Get it done. Get the motion controls working correctly. Or give us the dang choice to not use it. Either or. What's easier for you to code? Shut off the motion controls and allow me to utilize the other form of moving? Or fix them? I'm pretty sure we both know which one that's going to be. So give me the option to use the other way of doing it, please. For $60 and I'm getting only half of it working correctly, this is not brain surgery. This game's not worth 60. It's not worth 80 with the Pokeball. No, 100 with the Pokeball. It's not. It's not. This is not a $100 game. It's not a $60 game. So, that's my review for the day. I do this live. If you're watching on YouTube, click like if you agree. If you don't agree, I understand. You know, let me know your thoughts on it. Is there, you know, it's way overpriced? Thank you, Malice. Thank you, Malice. You know, leave comments in YouTube. If you're watching live, feel free to share your thoughts here in the chat there. If you're watching on Twitch, leave a comment. I stream Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We do playthroughs, and I do a review at the end of every playthrough. And it's with my live thoughts of what I'm feeling for that day. As you can see, if you watch the previous reviews, I do genuinely enjoy this game. It's everything aside from catching the Pokemon. If I didn't have to use the motion controls, I honestly probably wouldn't have ranted and raved as much, you know. But when it's at a point where that was just crazy, I might just highlight the entire catching of that Pokemon and put that up all by itself just to show how ludicrous it is. You know, I've had to be at least 20 minutes of trying to catch one Pokemon. That should not happen. That should not happen. So, that's my review. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate you. And everybody watching live, thanks so much for coming by watching live and hanging out. And just, you know, chilling. That's all I want to do. I just want to sit back, play games, and just relax with y'all. No real stress. Yes, I might rant and rave in a review, but no stress. Just play through a game, see how it is, and just enjoy the journey, you know. So thank you for that. You all have a good night. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye.